Yun. So, asan na ako? Okay, so yun nga, sabi ko, napanood ko na ang inyong mga self-video introduction and really na-impressed and proud ako kasi tayo bilang produkto ng K-12, talagang pinakita nyo kung gaano kayo katalino, ka-competitive at ka-creative. Okay, so now, let's proceed now to our discussion. Okay? So, yesterday, wait. Yan. Nakikita na ba yung share screen ko?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
very good. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So, yesterday, I already give you the learning material about parabola, and I also included the link of the video tutorials for you to watch. Now, based from that learning material I gave you, what have you learned? Anyone? From that learning material, ano yung natutunan natin? Anyway, binasa po ba natin? Hello? Anyone po? Anyone? Ano yung natutunan ninyo dun sa learning material natin? Hi mga anak! Okay, so parang walang gustong magsalita. Don't worry mga anak, walang maling sagot. Lahat ng sagot ninyo is tama, kaya wag kayong matakot na sabihin ang inyong mga sagot. Okay? So, ano yung natutunan natin kahapon? Anyone? Yes? Okay. Yes, Edel... How to pronounce your name, Balasang?
Sir Edelweiss po.
Otherwise, ano yung natutunan mo kahapon na kong?
Sir, about parabola po.
Okay, about parabola. Very good, about parabola. So, since you mentioned about parabola, what are these different terms that we need to consider about parabola? Okay? Since na-mention ninyo, or na-mention na natutunan nyo is about parabola, so what are those different terms that we need to consider in our parabola? Kahit isa lang, magbigay kayo ng isa. Yes, Raila? Right?
Sir, yung opening po, tas vertex.
Okay, opening and vertex. Very good. How about the others? Yes, kasama yung opening and vertex. How about the others? Ano pa po yung mga terms that... Yes, Rageld?
Sir, focus.
Okay, focus. Very good. Ano pa?
Focal length po, sir.
Okay, focal length. Okay. Ano pa po?
Sir, axis of symmetry.
Okay, axis of symmetry. And ano pa? Meron pa?
Sir, latus rectum.
Okay, latus rectum. And isa na lang.
Directrix.
Directrix. Very good. So, since we already know those terms and parabola, Saan natin nakikita ang konsepto ng parabola? Where can we see the concept of parabola? Anyone? Saan kaya, or tumingin kayo sa paligid ninyo? May nakikita ba kayong konsepto ng parabola? Ano yon? Kanina, dun sa may video presentation ko, ang daming konsepto ng parabola doon. Yes, Bea? Do you want to say something, anak?
Sir, banana.
Okay, banana. Anong meron dun sa banana? Ba't siya may konsepto ng parabola? Yes, Marcangelo, anong meron dun sa banana? Bakit may konsepto ng parabola?
Sir, curve. Tas U-shape.
Okay, curve and U-shape. Very good. That's right. That ang konsepto ng parabola doon is the curve. Since our banana is U-shape and may pa-curve, okay? How about the others? Ano pa? Okay, for example, may bola ako. And tinapon ko sa harap ko ng paganon, pataas na bumaba. May konsepto kaya ng parabola doon?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
yes. Ano yung
Yes, sir.
konsepto ng parabola doon?
Sir, yung path na nag-travelan ng ball pababa.
Okay,
Sa
very
first
good.
part.
It's the path. Okay, and it creates curve, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, so this time, we will go in deeper to understand what is parabola. But before we start, I know na atat kayong maglaro, so let's have a game first. A window. Sure. Okay. Wait. I know that you are already familiar with this game, right? The 4 picks 1 word. Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, tama. So alam niyo na yung instruction nito. Right? Okay, so basahin ko ulit. The instruction is that in this game, you'll be shown 4 photos, all of which share a word in common. Your goal is to figure out the common word. Comment your answer in the comment box for 10 seconds. Ibig sabihin, may 4 na picture akong ipapakita at titignan ninyo based sa 4 na picture na yon. Ano kaya yung common sa kanila, okay? Klaro po ba? At ang inyong mga sagot, lahat kayo, i-comment ninyo ang inyong sagot sa ating comment box. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So, let's start the game now. Okay. Yan lang. In 10 seconds, so your 10 seconds starts now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Sir, wala naman
Four.
pong naka-ano.
Sir, wala naman picture.
Sir, wala
Saan
po.
yung picture?
Sir, parabola po. Sir, hindi sumusunod yung...
Wala?
Wala
Wala
po.
po, sir.
Wala po.
Ano yung lumalabas yung parabola lang?
Sir, nasa...
Yes,
Ay,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Yan, meron na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, your 10 seconds start now. Hindi, mamamag ko pa yung boses ko. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, comment your answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hindi ko makita yung sagot. So, tignan natin. Curve, 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 curve. Okay, very good. So, the right answer is, what do you think? Hello? What do you think is the answer? Is it curve? Curve kaya yung sagot?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tignan
Yes,
natin.
sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see.
Yes.
The right answer is... curve! Ang gagaling naman! Yay! So, congratulations sa mga nakakuha. So, sa mga nagsagot ng curve, bakit curve yung sagot ninyo? Again, sa mga nagsagot ng curve, bakit curve yung sagot ninyo? Anyone? Bakit curve yung
Sir,
common sa
kasi,
kanila?
Bakit, sir?
O sige, isa lang.
Sir, kasi pa-curve po yung mga nasa picture.
Pa-curve? Okay, very good. So now, let's start our discussion. Ready na kayong matuto?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
Sir.
let's start our discussion now. Makipag-participate kayo mga anak ha, huwag kayong mag-alala. Okay? Lahat ng sagot ninyo is tama, okay? Huwag kayong matakot sumagot. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you po sa inyong mga response.
Yes,
Okay, let's start now our discussion. So when we say parabola, it is the set of all points in a plane It is a set of all points in a plane equidistant from both a fixed point called focus and a fixed line called directrix, meaning to say that our parabola is the set of all points, and there is two things we called focus, directrix, which is focus, it is a fixed point, and our fixed line called directrix, meaning to say they are equidistant. Okay? So here, we know that the graph of our parabola is curved. Right? We know that the graph of our parabola is curved. It's either opening upward or opening downward, opening to the left or opening to the right, right? So these are the different graph of our parabola. Diba? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So kanina,
Yes, sir.
you have already mentioned what are those different terms. So kanina na-mention ninyo kung ano-ano yung mga different terms na yon in our parabola. So let's go deeper to understand those different terms. So first, we have the directrix, meaning to say, it is the line perpendicular to the axis of symmetry, right? But not passes through the focus. Meaning to say, it is a line. And in our picture, here is our directrix. It is a line perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. So this is our axis of symmetry. And this is our directrix, right? Meaning to say that this axis of symmetry and directrix are perpendicular. When we say perpendicular, they are 90 degrees angle, right? Tama po ba?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is our directrix. Always remember that our directrix is aligned and it is not passes through the focus. So hindi siya dumadaan sa focus. Okay? Nandito siya sa banda dito. That is our directrix. Okay?
Yes, sir.
The next one, we have focus. If we define directrix as a line or a fixed line, we define focus as a special point in the axis of symmetry. Later on, let's see bakit sinabing special point itong focus sa ating axis of symmetry na nagde-define sa ating parabola. Okay? So here is our focus. Right? It is a special point on the axis of symmetry. So this is our axis of symmetry. Andito ang ating focus, okay? It is a special point in the axis of symmetry that defines our parabola, okay? Remember this one. This is our this is our focus. This is our directrix, okay? Now, let's have another one, the axis of symmetry. In the axis of symmetry, it is a line which divides the parabola into two equal parts. Meaning to say, if this is our parabola, the axis of symmetry, it divides our parabola. Yun yung rule niya. It divides the parabola into two equal parts. And then, we say that it is perpendicular to the directrix. Sinabi natin kanina that this is our directrix is perpendicular to axis of symmetry. Also, axis of symmetry is perpendicular to our directrix, right? Pero anong pinagkaibahan ng ating axis of symmetry and our directrix? Remember that our directrix is hindi siya nagpapas sa ating focus. It is not passes through our focus. But in axis of symmetry, it passes through our focus. Okay? Naintindihan po ba?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, klaro? Or sabihin nyo kung mabilis akong magsalita or ano? Mabilis ba or tama lang?
Tama lang,
Tama
sir.
lang.
Tama lang, sir.
Tama lang. Naintindihan naman.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so are you ready for the quiz na?
No, sir.
Okay, so
No, sir.
this is
No,
our
sir.
axis of symmetry. This is our axis of symmetry. This is our directrix. This is our focus. Okay? Next one. We have the vertex. The vertex, it is the point where the parabola and the axis of symmetry intersect. Meaning to say, our axis of symmetry, dito sila nag-i-intersect ni parabola. If this is our parabola, this is our axis of symmetry, meaning to say, saan ba nag-intersect si axis of symmetry at parabola? It's the vertex, right? Tingnan natin yung illustration. Nandito si vertex. Dito sila nag-meet, di ba? Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
naintindihan po. Naintindihan? Si vertex?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Next one.
Yes.
We have this focal length. When we say focal length, it is the distance between the vertex and the focus. So let's see our focus. This is our focus and this is our vertex. Meaning to say that the distance between the vertex and focus, we called it focal length. Okay? Okay po ba?
Yes, sir.
Naintindihan po.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next one, we have this latus rectum. When we say latus rectum, it is a line segment parallel to the directrix and passes through the focus of the parabola. Meaning to say, our latus rectum line siya. It is a line segment. So nandito ang ating latus rectum. Nakikita po ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our latus rectum at sinabi niya it passes through the focus. So nandito si focus, andito si latus rectum. Napapas ba niya? Dumadaan ba si latus rectum kay focus? Dumadaan ba siya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it is parallel to the directrix. So this is our directrix and this is our latus rectum. Ang sabi dito that our latus rectum and directrix are parallel. When we say parallel, anong ibig sabihin po? Anong ibig sabihin ng parallel? Okay. Ang parallel, ano? What?
Nag-intersect.
Okay, they will never intersect. Hindi sila magmi-meet. So, andito si latus rectum natin, andito si directrix natin, hindi daw sila magmi-meet because they are parallel. Naintindihan na po? So, those are the terms na kailangan nating intindihin for our parabola. Klaro po ba itong illustration na to? Naintindihan na po ito?
Yes, sir.
Okay, may tanong? May tanong po ba tayo?
None, sir.
Okay, yan. So let's proceed. To really understand kung ano-ano tong mga different terms na to, we need to try to answer this given. Okay? For the given parabola, find the opening, the vertex, the focus, the directrix, endpoints of the latus rectum, the length of the latus rectum, and the axis of symmetry, and sketch the graph. But before we proceed to solve this one, we need to understand these standard equations of parabola. Ibig sabihin ng standard equations of parabola, ano ba yung standard equation ng ating parabola? It is in the quantity of x minus, it is in the quantity of x minus h squared that is equal to 4p multiplied to the quantity of y minus k, right? So this is our standard equations of parabola. Okay? Now, sa table natin, dito sa first table natin, it is the orientation. When we say orientation, paano ba ang opening ng ating parabola? Paano siya magka-curve? Is it upward, opening downward, opening to the right, or opening to the left? Para ma-satisfy ito, kailangan niya munang ma-satisfy that our P is greater than 0 using these different equations, right? Example, in this equation, if our vertex at 0, 0, and our equation is x squared is equal to 4py, dapat itong p dito, it should be greater than 0 para ang orientation ng ating parabola will be opening upward. Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The same true with this. Kung yung P is greater than 0, meaning to say, the orientation of our parabola is opening upward. Okay? Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in this part naman, our P is less than 0. Ibig sabihin, using this equation, mas mababa daw si P dito kaysa sa 0. Therefore, the orientation of our parabola is opening downward. The same true with this equation. Okay po ba? Naintindihan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In this equation naman, it is y squared. It is the same true with this equation. Kapag kasi P is greater, pero ang variable, ang ano mo dito is si y, okay? Pag si P is greater than 0, ang orientation ng ating parabola is opening to the right. Mas malaki ang P value natin kaysa sa 0 using these equations. Okay? Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sa kabila, sa isang banda, dito naman, if P is less than 0, meaning to say, the orientation is opening to the left using this equation. Gets?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but take note that 4P is the length of the latus rectum and P is the distance from the vertex to the focus and from the vertex to the directrix. And for 2P, the distance from the focus to the endpoints of the latus rectum. We should take note of this, okay? Okay po ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, going back to this problem. Given the parabola, find the opening, vertex, focus, directrix, and points of the latus rectum, length of the latus rectum, and axis of symmetry. So let's try to answer this one, okay? Nakikita po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for the given parabola, let's try to find the A. Opening muna in this equation. The x squared is equal to 12y. So tignan natin. So let's say the opening. To find the opening, let's get the value of P, right? Kasi sa equation natin, kung titignan mo sa table of standard equations sa parabola, andito siya. Tama? Ito
Yes, sir.
nandito siya. So we need to find the value of P. Since alam na natin na nandito siya, tingnan natin kung yung P value is greater than 0. Para ang orientation natin is opening upward if it really satisfies this one. Okay? So let's try to get our P value. So we have here, it is 4P. Wait. Basa po ba yung 4P?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Ano yung 4P natin dito sa equation natin? It is 12, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is equal to 12. Now, paano natin makukuha si P? We divide both side by 4. Right?
Yes, sir.
Para ang matira is si P. That is equal to 12 divided by 4, we have 3, right? Tama po ba?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, 3. We have here the P value is 3. Now looking at this one, it says here that P is greater than 0, then we will have an opening upward of our parabola. So mas malaki ba ang 3 sa 0?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the opening of our parabola is
Upward.
upward. So let's try. So A, P is equal to 3. Therefore, it is opening upward. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yan. So alam na natin na ang orientation ng ating parabola is opening upward. So the graph of our parabola is upward. Now let's get our vertex. Since here we use this equation, right? Wait, hindi nyo ba nakikita? We use this equation, right? Para sa orientation ng parabola natin. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, therefore, it is given that the vertex of our parabola is at 0, 0, right? Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
the vertex is at 0, 0. So let's going to plot our vertex. In our Cartesian plane, andito ang ating vertex, right? So, nandyan ang ating vertex sa 0, 0. Now, let's try to find the focus. To find the focus, let us consider again the value of our P. Okay? Since we already know that the value of our P is equal to 3 and it is opening upward, for our focus, meaning to say, na hindi itong P3, the P is equal to 3, hindi ito ang ating focus. Hindi, instead, our focus from the given that P is equal to 3, from the vertex, we need to move 3 unit. Okay? We need to move 3 unit from the vertex. So from there, we need to count 3. Since it is opening upward, we need to count 3 upward. Okay? Naintindihan po kung paano kunin si focus?
Yes,
Sir.
Klaro po?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's count 1, 2, 3. Pataas kasi ang opening natin is upward. So from the vertex, 1, 2, 3. So andito ang ating focus. So now, let's get the coordinates, the corresponding coordinates of our focus, which is, what is our x value? It is 0, 3, right? Dito siya, oh. It is the corresponding coordinates of our focus. Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's move.
Yes.
Okay, now let's move to the directrix. In directrix, connected siya sa focus. Here, we need to consider also the value of P, which is equal to 3. Kung sa focus, if in our focus, we move 3 unit upward since the opening is upward, for the directrix, we need to move 3 unit. Downward naman siya. Ag binaliktad dakin ni opening, ay kini focus. Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
So if we count here 3 unit upward for the focus, we need to move 3 unit downward for our directrix. Now we need to move 3 unit, meaning to say let's count 3 unit. So 1, 2, 3. Andito ang ating directrix, right? Andito ang ating directrix. Tama po ba? Tama po?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, find the corresponding coordinates of our directrix.
0,
Negative 3. Is this our directrix? Ito ba ang directrix natin?
Yes, sir.
What? Is this our directrix? Are you sure that this is our directrix? Hindi. Because our directrix is a fixed line, hindi po siya point. So, hindi natin kailangan yan. Indeed, ang kailangan natin is the y value, which is, ano yung value natin sa y? It is negative 3. Right?
3.
So this will now our directrix. So negative 3, meaning to say, yan yung directrix natin. It is a line. Naintindihan po?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now let's get our endpoints of the latus rectum. To get the endpoints of the latus rectum, we need to consider this one, 2p, meaning to say the distance from the focus to endpoints of the latus rectum. From 2p, what we're going only to do is to change the value of p into 3, then multiply 2 by 3. Okay? Naintindihan po? So we have here 2p, right? Ngayon, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin, since we already know the value of p, we just substitute 3 and then multiply by 2. That is 2 times 3, right? 2 times 3, that is 6. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 6. Now, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng 6 na ito? This means that from our focus, so this is our focus, right? We need to move 6 units from the left to the right. Naintindihan? Ibig sabihin, we need to move 6 units papunta sa left and papunta sa right. Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So our endpoints of the latus rectum, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So andito siya. Andito siya. Sa kabila naman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So andito siya. Now, we need to get the corresponding coordinates. So ano ang corresponding coordinates natin? In this one, it is from 3 to 6. 3, 6. The value of our xy. Right? The value of our xy is 6 and our y is 3. So it is 6, 3. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
This point. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about yung isa? Edit. So, ano naman yung point ng isa? It is negative 6 and 3. Right? Tama po ba?
Yes.
Sir.
Okay, that is negative 6,
Yes, sir.
3. This is the end point of our latus rectum. Now, let's get the length of the latus rectum. To get the length of the latus rectum, we can use this one, the 4p. Nakikita po ba itong 4p? This one, 4p. Nakikita po?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 4p. So anong kailangan lang natin gawin is substitute C 3 sa P and then multiply sa 4. Yung parang ginawa natin dito sa 2p. Okay? So 4 times 3, that is 12, right?
12.
Okay. So the length of our rectum is 12 unit. Okay? Now let's find the axis of symmetry. To find the axis of symmetry, ang definition natin of axis of symmetry, it is perpendicular to our directrix. This is our directrix, right? And it passes through our focus. Andito yung focus natin. Right? So, andito ang ating axis of symmetry. Remember that the axis of symmetry, it is the h value of our vertex. So, ang value ng h natin dito is 0, right? Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Therefore,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
our axis of symmetry is 0. Ay, wala. Edit. That is x is equal to 0. Yan. So, andito yung ating axis of symmetry. It passes through the focus and perpendicular to the directrix. Now, let's sketch the graph of our parabola. So, from endpoint of the latus rectum, from the endpoint of the latus rectum, going to our vertex, and going to the endpoint again. And then from endpoint, we have the latus rectum. Yan. So, that is our parabola. Naintindihan po?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Klaro
sir.
po ba?
Yes, sir.
Klaro. May katanungan po ba tayo? May katanungan po ba tayo? Wala na kayong tanong? Klaro po ba itong explanation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Kung naintindihan ninyo. Now, try naman natin tong isa pa. Ay, wala na pala. Try to answer this one. Pero may 7 minutes na lang tayo. So, ang sagutan nyo na lang is yung number 1. For the given parabola, find the opening, vertex, focus, directrix, and points of the latus rectum, axis of symmetry, and sketch the graph. Kahit wag nyo nang i-sketch yung graph. Find nyo na lang dyan sa mga places ninyo yung from A to F. For, hindi rin naabot. Hanggang 3 lang tayo, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, may tanong ba kayo dun sa explanation kanina? Dun sa may parabola? 32. May tanong po? Do you have any questions with our parabola? With our discussion kanina? May tanong?
None, sir.
None, sir. Okay, thank you. So, parang hindi pa natin matatapos ngayon yung topic. We still have, okay. Anyway, may Google Meet pa din tayo on Thursday, right? The same 1 p.m. ata, 1 to 2 p.m. Please attend for the continuation of our discussion. Let's try naman to answer. Baliktaran naman natin. What if given yung mga properties and then hanapan natin yung equation? Let's try to answer those also, okay? Para sa Friday, you are ready for your assessment. Okay? May tanong po ba tayo?
None, sir.
Okay. Sa 5 minutes na natitira, kunin natin, sayang. So, sa 5 minutes na yon, gawin nating makabuluhan. Okay? So, I just want to ask, nakalimutan ko kanina, what is or what are your expectations to me? Ano yung ini-expect nyo sa akin? Anyone? Ano po yung ini-expect nyo sa akin? Anyone? Huwag kayong mag-alala. Hindi ako masungit. Okay? Nag-level. What is your expectation sa akin? Ano lang po yung expectation nyo sa akin? May I call Bea Kabading? Anak? Andyan ka ba? Sabihin mo lang kahit Tagalog or ano. Okay lang.
Hi, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hi, Sir Ace. Sir, patapos na kami.
It's alright, it's alright.
Okay. Sir, itutuloy na lang namin next meeting yung mga hindi pa po namin natapos.
Okay, 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 okay.
So yun po, tinatanong ko lang po sila kung anong expectation nila sa akin sa natitirang 5 minutes pero 3 minutes na ngayon. Yes, anak, Bea Kabading. Ano yun, anak?
Sir, I expect na marami po kaming matututunan sa inyo. Mas madali po
Okay.
na maipaliwanag po ninyo ng mabuti yung especially sa parabola and sa ellipse po.
Okay, thank you. Basta magtulungan tayo, kaya natin yan. Mas, kung ano yung pinaka the best para maintindihan ninyo, gagawin ko. Okay? How about the others? Ano po yung expectation nyo sa akin? Leia, Pasqua?
sir.
Palaging energetic. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Ano pa? May 2 minutes pa. Kanina, may tanong ba kayo sa discussion natin? Yes, Emmanuel. Anak?
Sir, you always care po kung naintindihan po ba namin yung topic or hindi po.
Okay, thank you. How about the others? Okay, so one more time. Can you please open ulit yung camera? Hindi po ata na-save yung screenshot ko kanina. So, magti-take picture muna tayo since nandito din si Sir Ace. Okay lang po ba? So, open your camera po. Okay. So, in a count of 3, give me your best shot. In 1, 2, 3. Anyway, pala, nakalimutan ko. Thank you, Sir Ace. Buti na lang nagganyan ka. Yung simplest form pala ng parabola is nakikita natin sa peace sign. Yan, oh. That's the parabola, right? So, may request na pwede ba tayong mag-peace sign? Thank you, Sir Ace. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, mga anak. And always remember that be a blessing to other people, okay? Stay safe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yung mga binigay ko, ha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you po.
Bye, sir.
Sir Jordan.
Thank you,
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Thank you. Hi, Maria, Lorenza. Nandyan ka ba, anak?
Yes, sir. Paalis na po.
Ah,
Bye, sir.
sige. Bye. Sir!
Congrats, Jordan.
O, kumusta?
Sir, okay mo, makipag-participate na mo.
Mayat damat? O, anya, may bagam Camille. Sige, tinaka-observe. Ang kawan nga siya. O, kasi ano?
Sir, ang galing ni Jordan.
Magaling.
Makapa-pressure.
Magaling ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
O, ibigay mo sa akin
Super
yung
name
mo na mga comment ako, ha?
Sir, paano i-save ating record?
Ah, i-stop mo na siya, ah. Kasi okay lang na ganyan. Mamaya na. Ganito na lang. At first, I was impressed by your submitted